Hello, welcome to episode 39. I'm excited to talk with you today about trust. And I know it's a subject that many probably don't take on because Dove does such an amazing job with it. But it's coming to me because last time we talked a lot about happiness, and my favorite word for that in my own life is contentment. I know the Course uses the word happiness, and of course, I respect that. But in my own life, I associate happiness with that high of getting stuff. So contentment for me is that neutral place of oneness where we lack nothing, we need nothing, we want nothing, and there's a feeling of having everything and feeling well. And there's a goodwill toward all. And, that's to me a little bit connected to trust, because you can't be contented when you're mistrusting or distrustful, right? What goes with distrust and mistrust? Control, anxiety, fear, a sense of separation, and ill will toward all, right? And just a feeling of unwellness, not physical sickness, but not the opposite, whatever that is of all is well. All is not well, and I got to get on it. Because that's what control is. There's something that the doing self has to do. So let's talk about trust. I love some of the things that the Course tells us about trust. Of course, a favorite is lesson 181. I trust my brothers who are one with me. Trusting your brother is essential in establishing and holding up your faith in your ability to transcend doubt and lack of sure conviction in yourself. When you attack a brother, you proclaim that he is limited by what you have perceived in him. Isn't that good? And when we think about it, trust often does come up about a person. Yes, it can be about the government or someone or a group, but a group is a group of people, and the government is a group of people. It's possible. I don't think it's possible. I was going to say it's possible to not trust God and have it not have and trust people, but it wouldn't. It's dissonant. It does not go together. If you don't trust people, you don't trust God, because God is other people, and it's a mindset. That's why the Course works with us about our perceptions. It's so brilliant in that way. I just dropped my timer. It's so brilliant in that way that it makes us look at our thoughts, because we hide all of this junk in our thoughts. In fact, when we're at that place of oneness, we aren't real busy with our thoughts, right? Our thoughts are quiet. There's that stillness. There's that gap. There's that place in 189 that tells us to go to that stillness, that empty place, and leave it all there. But let's go back to 181 and see what it tells us about our brothers, because it's brilliant. Two things. is going to come out, our distrust is going to come out with our brothers, and we need to look at our perceptions of him. His errors are magnified, becoming blocks to your awareness of the self, capital S, that lies beyond. And I would stop right there. I don't even need to go to my own mistakes and sins. I love that it takes us, that my perception of my brother's errors become a block to my knowing the I, the self, my true nature of happiness, my function as God would have it. Wow. Can you believe it? It's really simple. The ego wants to make it so hard. It's so simple. If I were to stop right now, we judge a friend, we judge a partner, we judge the dog, we judge the cat, we judge anyone, a stranger. Now that's my block to love, to the presence of love. It's that simple. That's why our brothers are our teachers. That's why our brothers are angel sent. Angel sent. And teaches us some more things about perception. Perception has a focus. It is this that gives us consistency to what I see. That's what we want to do. The ego wants to prove I'm right. So I'll tell you not only what he did, but what she did and what they did and how they keep doing it. And I'll build a whole story, and so will you. We're good at that. We've done it for so many years. And it's our perception. We don't tell the story because we're liars. We tell the story because our perception is off. And why is our perception off? Our perception is off because we're in distrust. What's it like to be in distrust? We all know. We act prematurely. We're impulsive. We run off at the mouth. It's like we don't allow the fruit to ripen to its wisdom. We have to act. We have to do something because we're all about control. We don't allow any kind of observation or quiet or resting or doing nothing. Doing nothing is some great advice and admonition. Really, we get an admonition to stop doing unless we have instruction. Stop the doing. And where do these expectations come from? They come from our perceptions, right? Our beliefs are based on our perceptions, and also what we see is based on our beliefs. So it's a loop. Which caused one, or which caused the other, doesn't matter. They go together. False beliefs and false perceptions are partners. They're bed partners, and they grow off each other, and they spread. They're contagious. And it's awesome to understand that. What else does it tell us? It tells us about vision. Let's find that. Okay, perception has a focus. It is this that gives consistency to what you see. So if I am looking for my brother's innocence, I will find my own. If I am looking for my brother as the Son of God, I will see that and I will know that I am that. I will experience that there's no separation. I will know that I am the love of God. I am the love of the universe. I am what God is. I am knowing the I. I'm beyond doing. I'm beyond thinking. I'm beyond controlling. I'm even beyond feeling in a kind of way. I've let all those feelings go. They can pop up, they can have a reaction, but I don't need to buy into them. I don't need to buy into the thoughts. Dove told us on a Tuesday night that the thought can knock on the door with some tea. Oh no, he didn't say it that way. He said that it can knock on the, well, I'm probably changing it like the telephone game, so I won't give him credit. I'll say, what if the thought wants to come in the front door? You can show him out the back door. And that's what he said. And you don't have to serve him tea in the middle. That's so good. It's so practical. What does 181 tell us about goals? We instruct our minds that it is our sinlessness that we seek, and only this. We do not care about future goals. Don't you love that? I love that. Let's go to lesson 47. So cool. God is the strength in which I trust. Wow. That's another feature of trusting. It's like in my invulnerability, my safety lies, a different lesson. But it reminds me of how that strength comes in surprising places after we've done the course. So God is the strength in which I trust. Lesson 47. If you are trusting in your own strength, you have every reason to be apprehensive, anxious, and fearful. What can you predict or control? What is there that can be counted on? What would give you the ability to be aware of all the facets of any problem and to resolve them in such a way that only good can come of it? What is there in you that gives you the recognition of the right solution and the guarantee that it will be accomplished? Of yourself, you can do none of these things. To believe that you can is to put your trust where trust is unwarranted. And to justify fear, anxiety, depression, anger, and sorrow. Oh, yeah, that's what we feel when we're going it alone. Every time you can pick from this group. Who can put his faith in weakness and feel safe? Yet who can put his faith in strength and feel weak? So where is your safety? Is it in doing? Is it in your thoughts of control? Is it in your brother's error and being better than them? Also called judgment. We get real pumped up when we're judging, don't we? It's a false judging, a false pumping. It's false judging too. Yeah, So let's do a little meditation. Let's start with no exceptions. Such a great rule. 100% trust with no exceptions. Let's breathe into that. Let's let go of every fearful thought we've had today. Let's let go of any concerns we've had today. Whatever you have on your to-do list, just for now, let's let it go. I don't know why, but I just thought of Naomi Judd, you know, the country western singer who killed herself this week. What can we do to honor her life? Her daughter said her head hurt from all the ugly things she was saying about herself the night before she was going to get a huge award. She couldn't stand up and get it because the small mind was saying so many ugly things. Untrue things. Like she didn't deserve it. Like she wasn't a good singer. Like she wasn't a good person. Like she had fooled them. And if they only knew how she lived, laying on the couch for 2 weeks, they wouldn't think much of her, not getting dressed, not taking a shower. What are your secrets? Do you have any? What would you be ashamed of if someone knew? Years ago, I was addicted to soap operas. I didn't want anyone to know that. I was a professional psychotherapist. I had a full practice waiting list, worked at Yale, supervised psychiatrists, and I was watching soap operas. And there were nothing wrong with soap operas. I don't enjoy them today, but I didn't kill anyone. It's not a bad thing. But I felt ashamed. What are the things you don't want anybody to know? Do you not pay your bills? Do you use some drugs? Do you use sugar? Do you drink too much? Whatever it is you think is too much, let's lay it on the altar. Because guess what? It's not the real you. The things you do, the things you say, the judgments you make, they're that made up personality, that ego, that me. They're not the real I, not the one that stays with you through every age. No matter what you've done, no matter what you've thought, no matter what you've felt, there is an ageless part of you. It's no age, and it's outside of time. Can we trust in that? That's our proof that there is something beyond the doings of this world. Otherwise, how could that be? That we know an I that didn't age. It's the same I as when we were 10 and 30. Our feelings weren't the same. Our circumstances weren't the same. But this is our innocent I. This is the I that's never been soiled by behavior or circumstances, thoughts or feelings. This I is what belongs to God or the universe or nature or life. We don't need to believe in God to gain the benefits, the sureness, the relaxation, the comfort, the contentment of the I. The I is so steady. It's consistent. It's always the same. It wishes everyone well. It has no ill will toward anyone, no judgmental thoughts, no concerns, no worries, no feelings of separation. No me, 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 me. Just an aliveness, a sense of being. There's only the one being. And we get to know that one being through our I. Let's just find a moment of gratitude for being alive. Not for things or for feelings or accomplishments, just for, you could add those later, but right now, just for this moment, the now. Peace is only available in the now. The next now, and the next now, and the next now. And peace and trust and happiness and contentment and faith, they all go together. Why would we want to control anything when we don't have a clue? We don't know what anything is for. We don't have to know anything. There's freedom in that. I'm going to take just a minute of silence while you enjoy your I. When you're ready, come back into your room with soft eyes, knowing that you are one with me and I am one with you, and we are one with the world. There are only apparent separate bodies, but there is the one energy. I'd like to say a little more from lesson 181. It's about fantasies. What we seek to look upon is really here. And as our focus goes beyond mistakes, we will behold a holy, sinless world. When seeing this is all we want to see, when this is all we seek for in the name of our true perception, we will then have true vision. Some people call this Christ vision. Some people call it true vision. But this vision backs up our trust, because perception and trust go together. Perception and happiness go together. Happiness and trust go together. And love and trust and happiness go together. The world which once proclaimed our sins becomes the proof that we are sinless. Let's all say a prayer just in the second of blessing to Naomi Judd, whether this is 5 years from now or today, that she feels released from the hurting head that she had while she was alive. And may she be our teacher, that we know our sinlessness, our I, our presence, and that we show up in the real world, which is what we talk about today, not this world of sin. We seek for this remembrance as we turn our minds to practice. We look neither ahead or backwards. We look straight into the present. We give our trust to the experience we ask for now. This instant is our willingness to be one with the one. Thank you, everyone, for being with me in trust today and for trusting me enough to listen. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Mwah.